When a weasel bows, it is either to repay a favor or to seek revenge, but this young couple stubbornly refused to believe the superstition. One day, the two of them saw a weasel fall into the river, so the young man kindly rescued it. Once ashore, the weasel immediately bowed deeply to the young man. At that moment, his girlfriend told him that she had heard from her grandmother that such behavior by a weasel meant it would surely return to repay someone's kindness. The young man didn't give the matter a second thought, but when he returned home, he found his grandfather, who was a butcher, sharpening his knife, ready to slaughter the weasel in the cage. The young man recognized that it was the very same weasel he had saved that morning. Recalling the weasel's deep bow, he hurriedly urged his grandfather to release it. His grandfather, however, believed that killing a weasel was a good deed, so he slaughtered it despite the young man's objections. Seeing this, the young man felt deeply uneasy. He told his grandmother about what had happened that afternoon, saying he had saved the weasel and that it had knelt and kowtowed to him. Upon hearing this, his grandmother guessed that it was the legendary weasel paying its longevity visit, and realized that his grandfather had committed a grave taboo. She hurriedly chased after him to explain the situation, and urged him to seek forgiveness at the Grand Weasel Temple. His grandfather refused to believe in such superstitions, saying he was a butcher and could not possibly fear an animal. Later, when he brought the weasel's pelt to a tailor's shop, the tailor was nearly terrified to the point of fainting after a single glance and urged him to leave at once. Worried about being implicated, the tailor explained that he feared trouble, and the old man asked what exactly had happened. The tailor told him he was in serious trouble. The old man didn't believe the tailor's warning and angrily took the weasel skin to another tailor. That tailor warned him never to use the pelt to make clothing or scarves, lest it kill him. The tailor advised him to bury the weasel and then offer a sincere apology. Before the tailor could finish speaking, the old man turned to leave, convinced the tailor was merely pretending to be mystical. He then departed. That night, the young man had a dream. He saw his girlfriend's figure in a fog-shrouded forest. When he reached out to grab her, she demanded, "Why didn't you save me?" The young man was confused, not understanding what she meant. Suddenly, his girlfriend's face transformed into the weasel's, and she grabbed him by the throat, ready to kill him. The next moment, the young man awoke with a start. He realized it was the weasel from yesterday communicating through his dream, blaming him for not saving it. He immediately went to find his girlfriend to tell her what had happened. Before he could speak, his girlfriend began to speak. She said she had dreamed a strange dream in which she became a weasel and tried to strangle him. The young man was stunned and promptly recounted his own dream. His girlfriend was incredulous, unable to understand why they had shared the same dream. The young man suddenly realized that the weasel had come to seek revenge. His girlfriend acknowledged that the weasel really was a divine spirit, but no sooner had she spoken than she suddenly turned into a weasel herself, frightening the young man so much that he fell to the ground. In the next moment, she returned to her normal form. The young man thought he must have been seeing things, so he quickly bid his girlfriend farewell and headed home. However, to his utter shock, an even more catastrophic event was unfolding there.